Hi, in this tutorial we will model this simple chair, and we will add two materials to it. This tutorial came as a response to a request on one of my videos where I modeled a chair, and the user wanted a simpler chair tutorial. So let's start from scratch. First, the units. For the display units, it's centimeters, and the system unit, it's also centimeters. I will create a box. This will not be a design specific tutorial, just an approach on how to model chairs like this. So for the length, maybe I will make it 38 centimeters, and width also, and the height maybe 40. I will also center it, so I can right click and choose 0, 0, 0. You can right click any spinner to make it 0. So now I will convert this to editable poly. In polygon I will delete this bottom. Now I will go to edge, select this edge, and chamfer, add few segments to convert this to a fillet. I will choose this segment here, move it down a little bit, now I can remove these two polygons here, go to edge, use Alt to deselect those. I only need these edges here. Click create shape from selection and make sure it's linear, because if you choose smooth you will have this smooth interpolation between vertices. I want to preserve this shape as it is. I will give it a name, leg. If I hide this object now, I have this. I will pick it, go to vertices, choose fillet, click and drag. I'm not using specific numbers here, because when you create your own design you can choose specific numbers. Now to make to convert this to a 3D object while keeping it as a spline, you need to click this enable in viewport. By default you will have the radial option, where it's a radial section. This will enable the display of the geometry, of the 3D geometry and the viewport, but you need also to click this option here, enable in renderer, so that when you render you can see it, because by default 2D shapes, splines, they don't render. and we need a rectangular profile. So for the width, you can choose the value you want. I will keep it 3, and for the length 1.5. It's okay. Now unhide all. I will choose this part here. I will choose edge and pick this edge here. I will move it up. Now I can right click and for the absolute value relative to the origin, and the Z I will type 80. So this is 80 centimeters relative to the ground. Maybe I can bring it back a little bit. Now also an edge, I will pick this edge and chamfer again. Three segment or 4 segments. Now as you can see here, the leg, it's intersecting, so I can click on it and move it back by 1.5 centimeters, since it's minus 1.5. Here, go to edge and move this edge up. Now I will choose the leg and I will give it a fillet, so I can add a chamfer modifier. For the amount, I will make it 0.35, let's say. And segments, I like to use this option, smooth chamfer only. You can see here, when you do that, it gives a better result, since these edges here will be smooth with a specific smoothing value different than those adjacent. To show this, I will add an edit poly, and I will pick these polygons, and you can see that the smoothing group here is 4 for the chamfered polygons, and here it's different, it's 1. But if I keep it entire object, you can see that this polygon is 1, and also these are 1, and also this is 1. Remove this and go to smooth chamfer only. Now I will select this leg, click on mirror, and I want to have a copy on the y-axis, and I'm choosing geometry, this option will create a modifier for the object so that you can turn it off and on. Now for the mirror plane, you can see now that it's intersecting here. So for this plane, I want it to be on the 0 and the y-axis. So right click, make sure this is selected, and right click on it. This is why I like to center my objects. I can benefit from this 0 thing. Sometimes you see that these chairs, they have like a small hole so that you can carry the chair. So for this, I will add an edit poly modifier so that if I don't like the effect, I can turn it off and on. You can do it here, but I prefer to have these things on a separate modifier. Edge, I will select those two edges here. Connect, I will create two edges, slide them up, make them narrow, and click OK. Now I will select all of these, connect, OK, go to polygon, select this and delete. Here I'm doing this because maybe you will think that I can give thickness and then create a box and do a boolean to subtract a volume from this. But if I do this, you know, this big area will be, you know, under the hood. Polygons are made of triangles, so it will be unpredictable after when I add the chamfer modifier. It will be, you know, the chamfer in this place here, it might be unpredictable. So, but now I have it all quads made of 4 edges. You can see here I have complete edge here. So I have these columns and rows. So when I give thickness and then chamfer, I know that the result will be correct in these areas. It's better like this. Now I will add a shell modifier. You can have a shell in both directions, here and here. So I will make it like 0.6 and 0.6 in this. Again, I will add an edit poly edge. I will select this edge and this edge, and chamfer. Add a few segments. And now I can add a chamfer to the whole thing, to the whole object. Reduce the amount. Maybe 0.2 is okay. 0.3. No. and add few segments. Now, since I want to give this part two materials, I will give these polygons here material ID, and the rest of the polygons I will give them another material ID. So I will select this. I will add an edit poly for this purpose. So I will select this polygon and press Ctrl to select the one next to it, this, and maybe one here, and then you can use Alt L to select the whole loop. Here in the material ID I will choose 1 for these. Now I can use Ctrl I to inverse the selection and choose 2. So now I can open the material editor, press here and go to General and choose multi-sub object. I can keep the old material, it's okay. I don't need all of these 10 materials, so I will choose 2. I will call this chair wood, for example. And for the material ID 1, the one that will be applied to this thin part here, the edges, first I will select and apply the material. Go to the parent and here choose a material. It doesn't matter if you are choosing a different rendering engine, so in my case it's V-Ray. I will choose a color for this. And for these, I can give them another material, or I can do something else. I can choose them and add an edit poly for both of them, and go to Element, select them all, and give them a material ID of 3. And now here I will go to the parent and I will add another material. I will choose 3 now. Here, V-Ray material, call it legs, apply. So now I can choose the color that I want. And I think here I can also change the material ID for this part to give it the same color as this one. So I can choose few polygons here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and use Alt L for loop, and give it 1 here and enter. And that's it for this tutorial. Hope you like it. If you do, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.